In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play is to the air. Escapes the pocket. The ball is out! And it ends up out of bounds. A small loss on the play, but they do, importantly, keep possession.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner, because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Trying again following the sack. He put everything he had into this one. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return.
You know, return men always think they're breaking the next one for a highlight reel touchdown. They've got to have that confidence. But sometimes that confidence leads to recklessness. It's a fine line. And they can get it punched out trying to do too much. That almost ended up the wrong kind of highlight. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 14. His first throw is an interception. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Gets this one to Harrison. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 31. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 17. Taken in by Smith. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7. He's on the move. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
3rd down from the gun. Coming near the goal line. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
The Steelers calling their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's out of bounds just past the 5. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They give it to him again. And he'll find a little room to get this up to the 10. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's going to be tackled after getting it up to the 28. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kid, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
From the 28. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. All right, here we go, second down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds Mims. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. A couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's dropping back to throw. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. The rookie from Ohio State takes it away. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Completed over the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pass cut, 9-yard line. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. Touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Declines the touchback, Brock, and then he can pay in a big way. He's tackled before he can get to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. They'll run here from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Get him yet again. A lot of grass ahead. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, you look like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And Kate, I know how this plays out, all right? They worked on it all week. He showed out during the practice week on the practice field, and now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's got room to roam here. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. Give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Back to the well again. No gain for them on 2nd and goal, and now they need 8 on 3rd.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
From the 36. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet. It gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's throwing deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-point lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. And it's the Steelers beginning their drive here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. Hits his running back. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Trying for the deep ball. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Back now, pressure on its way. Oh, put some heat on this. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They send a man in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing now from the gun. Escapes his... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again in a massive sack on first down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. He's got Harrison. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Nehemiah Pritchett.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. Pass complete to Dulcich. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Here's the lone back on the handoff. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Offense up to the line fast. They go play action on 1st. This is reeled in by Jackson. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 2nd and 4. The back grabs it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Here we go, right up the gut. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 1 yard on the pickup. Oh boy, now they're facing 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right? Decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. He's keeping it, he's going for it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. First and 10, they're going to throw. His first throw is an interception. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They're going play action. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
They'll try and throw it here. Buys time, rolling right. He's got it to his running back. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now from the gun. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Complete to Mims. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Ooh, partner, this has gotten out of hand early. That pick 6, the latest play, pushing us towards a blowout.
Yeah, everything has gone in their favor so far. You don't see a lot of blowouts in the NFL. It takes this kind of combination, right? Both in personnel and in every phase of the game.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back third down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. Has it at the 37. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Bronk, after getting a big chunk on that return. Good blocking on the return. He gets 23 out of it. And it'll be Raider football. Throwing from the gun here. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. Steelers have it, headed the other way. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range is not... feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Punting unit out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 34 yards on that punt. And the Raiders are going to like where they get to start out for this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. On target to Jackson. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing now, off play action. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome. You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
At their own 30-yard line.
And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. To throw it on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Steelers facing a deficit near the break. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 4. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
He'll throw it yet again. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had the balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Second and 6 now. He throws a bullet deep to the right, and the defender comes away with it. And the Raiders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Airing it out to start this drive. That's complete to Jackson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're set up at the 35 now. Pass play on 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 37. That's complete inside the 35. And they take him down right along the 30.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. Don't try forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. And the Steelers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To the air now on 1st and 10. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing off the play fake here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Back now, pressure on its way. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it's second down coming up. They are throwing it again. On the move, headed right. The back grabs it. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. He's throwing for it. Escapes the pocket. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
Steelers 6. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Oh, he makes the catch. Impressive grab, but he should have let it go. They're going to lose yards.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Here's 2nd and 14. Dumps it off to his running back. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Third and long for him here. He's got Smith. He'll have the first down and even more. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Man in motion here. Throwing it again here. He's going deep this time. Full extension, and he brings it in. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Cut near the goal line. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the 1.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Push their lead further to start the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now give left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. He's on the move. Pressure comes and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right, we talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Throw on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
First down, Steelers.
He'll throw it. As the open man downfield. Stiff arm success. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
They give it to the back of the zone read. And he is going to get in. That's going to cut a couple more off of that lead. Notice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the 2-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot. And who knows, maybe we'll have a 2-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go play action on 1st. Dumped off to his running back. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To throw here on 1st down. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives a defense and a defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing from the gun. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. New series coming up following the punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up the play. Then how many times do we see his highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They're set up at the 35 now. Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's trying to push the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. A pickup there of 39. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, off play action. Short pass, caught by his tight end. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Looking for a throw here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to the air here. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his running back deep down the left side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders first. Back to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. This is brought in at the 50. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. This finds Smith. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5.
It's 4th down.
The Raiders settling for 3 as they send the field goal unit out. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Dropping back to throw. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
2nd and 10 now. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Steelers first down. Setting up a throw. Finds Laporta. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They give it to him up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Steelers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. They've held them out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Now looking to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Looking for a target. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Nice gain left side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. but find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. Well, it's a perfect play to break it big.
Play action on first down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up second down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run here from the gun. And his extra effort there rewarded with a solid gain. 6 yards from there. It's going to be second and goal.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up fourth and long. Pass play now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on fourth down.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got Harrison. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. So to the victor go the spoils, Brock, as they celebrate the win. That's a positive feeling that you know is going to carry through the week ahead.
And it makes everybody in the building feel better. It does, from the secretary to the coach to the owner. And it makes all the practices, the film rooms, the workouts a lot easier over the next couple days. Nobody wants to slog through those coming off a loss. But coming off a win, they'll have a boost and really attack the week as they get prepared for their next opponent.